Well, welcome to Inside the Salesforce Ecosystem, where we dive deep with the leaders, experts, and innovators shaping the future of Salesforce. I'm your host, Luke White, and in every episode, we explore unique journeys, challenges, and insights of those driving success in the ecosystem. Today, you join me in a very special episode, the very first in-person episode. And today, I'm delighted to be joined with the CEO, founder of PDF Butler, Igor Stuyver. Igor, welcome to the podcast.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Good to be here. Good to be here.
Yeah.
So then, take me back to the early days of PDF Butler. What inspired you to start this journey, and how has the vision evolved over the last 6 years?
So, like any good product, it comes actually from just having a problem. You really see I was a consultant in Salesforce, so I was dealing with big enterprises, global enterprises, and they came up with, obviously we want to have quotes, and we need those quotes fast. We need to get them during calls, during customer visits. It has to be impressive. And with the products that were there at that moment, we couldn't meet their requirements. We couldn't meet the speed that they were looking for. We couldn't meet the data, the information, the look and feel, the structure of the document they were looking for. We couldn't meet their branding criteria, and obviously then all of that investment, months of projects were almost down the drain, and we ended up with like 2 pages and nobody was happy. So that's where I said this has to be fixed. There has to be a better solution to get this done. And
when you looked at the market out there, that you felt there was a real gap for a document generation tool that could actually meet the needs in a growing business?
Yeah. All the products that were out there were products from the US. Okay. And being in Europe, in a very small country with a difficult setup, like multi-language, lots of formatting requirements, and that we would really see that certain requirements were not met. And obviously those companies were super big, and there were just like 3 or 4 of them, and there was definitely a gap because they did not listen anymore to the customers. They just said, okay, yeah, we have a huge customer base, so we probably are the ones that are doing it correctly, and everybody seeking something else is wrong. And that's not a mindset that is building companies for the long run.
Oh, absolutely. So if we jump forward now from that first sort of moment of the idea to 6 years on today, how have you seen the company grow?
Well, the first years were obviously, a bit of a struggle. Some customers might say, or some implementation parts might say, it's just document generation. It's not the core of Salesforce. That's not why customers select Salesforce. But in the end of the day, ask any end user, ask any sales rep, what do they want? They want to click a button, generate a quote, generate an invoice, generate a proposal, a contract, and then be able to send it out, get it signed. That's what the end users actually want. That's what's for them important. All the rest is just data that they have to input there. So we were seeing customers weren't convinced of that. So that was not a problem. But because it was so core in their use cases, they wanted a partner that they could trust. And when you are just a startup, and you're gonna go for these big companies, for these big use cases, proving them that we are a partner that they can trust on the long run, that we're gonna be out there for many years, and that they can trust us. Yeah, that was a struggle. But once we passed those first 2 years, obviously customers saying, whoa, they do sign up the good contracts, they are there, they just keep evolving, constantly innovating, coming up with new products, new features constantly. And that's where I saw the company evolving from a company being, we might consider you, to a company where they say, you are in our shortlist. We definitely have PDF Butler always on that, or any other product that we have, like Sign Butler or Collaboration Butler, Form Butler, on their shortlist. And that's a great feeling.
It's the trust, It's the trust.
It's the
companies
trust.
are trusting you, because
Exactly.
I've always said it's an important. It seems like a small piece of the Salesforce jigsaw puzzle, but in the end of the day, you need a quote. It needs to be signed. That's how businesses make money.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
Part.
If we would be out for only 5 minutes, we would just get customers on the phone asking, "Hey, our business processes are stopped. We need what's going on." Yeah.
Truly business critical. So that's definitely true. So I'm going to ask you a little question now in and around being the CEO. So what's been the biggest challenge? If you can, I'm sure there's been many, but what's the biggest one that comes to mind, and how did you resolve it?
I think the biggest challenge is, it's not, at a certain moment, initially when we started, the biggest challenge was building that product to meet the requirements that we were looking for. I had like a set of requirements that I said, okay, if we can't meet this, the product is not market fit. So that was the first issue. But then when that product is there, when that basis is there, then it's about the hiring, it's about the financials, and that was it was not new for me, but then it was so core in building the company. It was quite a challenge. Yeah, I find it very interesting to learn that and to manage that, hiring people across the globe, getting the right people for the right task. Yeah. Cool journey.
Yeah, I've heard the operations director is a good guy, so you made a good hire there. So obviously everyone listening to this probably knows about all the products at PDF Butler, but what I think everybody wants to know is, what's your favorite product and why would you recommend it?
My favorite product remains PDF Butler, to be honest. It's the core of what we do. And then when I see the journeys that our customers are looking for, they are always looking for that journey where they start creating a document or end up creating a document. So they have to get it in the document, they have to get it out via email, they have to get it signed via Sign Butler, they have to store it somewhere via Collaboration Butler, they have to get a document filled via Form Butler. So yeah, they have to get a contract negotiated via Contract Butler, and eventually that also needs to go into a document and get it signed. And yeah, because it's obviously the first product I worked on, it's a little bit my baby.
Still your baby. Still the baby.
Still my baby, yeah.
Exactly. But it's what everything drives. You know, you can't sign anything if you haven't got the document to sign it in the first place. Yep. So I think that's good. That's interesting. So as we see Salesforce evolving and adding new features, adding new products, where do you see the future of Salesforce ISVs, and where do you think PDF Butler fits into that future?
Oh, that's a difficult question.
I told you, Frost Nixon.
It's clear at this moment that AI is the focus for everybody. It's the focus for Salesforce. They wouldn't have done a keynote in January somewhere just to override the keynote that they had from Dreamforce to really show what they were up with Agentforce 2.0. So getting there and getting noticed in that AI world, in that new way of working, and really position yourself in there. I mean, all the products we have unique characteristics that you cannot just ask the AI to do. So you probably would not want to ask the AI to just do for you, because you're going to check it, create a document for me, and then hopefully it will be okay. No, you need that business logic. And that's where we are very well positioned. We already have the AI tools out there for PDF Butler and Sign Butler. We are building out other AI tools, listening to customers for their use cases. So I think the AI world, that's definitely the big next step in the entire journey of what we are and what we're going to do. So
following on a little bit from that with the AI, so you feel now that almost every ISV is going to have an AI play somewhere, almost all of them. I'm sure there'll be some examples, some exceptions to that, but almost all of them are going to have some sort of play on AI, because that's what people are interested in as well.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's many of our customers the drive is, what is Salesforce doing? What are they doing? How can we get more efficiency out there, more productivity? How can we do more with the people that we currently have? Then AI is definitely at the center of that. And if you want to be anywhere inside in the conversation, you have to have those plugins. You have to be part of the conversation and not stand aside at the sideline and witness what Salesforce and other ISVs are doing. No.
Yeah, you've got to embrace it. There's no way around it. It has to be embraced. Otherwise, you're going to be left behind for sure. So, I'm going to ask for one, but maybe there's more than one. What piece of advice would you give to aspiring entrepreneurs looking to build their business within the Salesforce ecosystem?
Yeah, I think I was very lucky to have a good product. I think I was very lucky that I really understood from day one what our customers wanted, and I was able to express how we would meet what they want, and maybe even exceed their expectations. Because some companies might say, okay, we want a document and we want to have it our brand, but because I was for almost 10 years inside that Salesforce ecosystem, I worked with so many big customers in different areas that I would even tell them, well, next to what you want, maybe it's also a good idea to do certain other use cases and tell them my experience. And that's really opened up doors. So I think the key is to have a good product, really listen to your customers, invest in those first customers. Those first customers are not there to make you money. Those first customers are there to really establish your brand and show to other ones that, hey, look, we can do what we promise. And our product is market fit. For the use cases that you have, and you have to really be, you have to know what you're doing. you have to be a subject matter expert to say that can go to a client and say, we're not just giving you a tool, we're actually giving you advice on top of that on what would others do, what would be even more beneficial for your business, and how you drive your own productivity of your sales team, and maybe even close more business because of the automation and the well-established branding that you can push forward.
So if I pick that apart a little bit, it definitely comes down to that initial research into what the pain is, but also being able then to provide the solution, i.e. the good product. Mm-hmm. That's key to make sure you've got that market fit, because otherwise I guess you're wasting your time. If there's not a market fit there, you're just trying to put a square peg in a round hole to a certain extent.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah. When the customers see the product and they don't immediately say, snap, that's it, that's what we've been looking for, then probably it's going to be a very hard sale.
So this is a good question. So it'd be interesting to see I think I might know what you might answer to this, but I'm going to ask you anyway. So if you weren't running PDF Butler today, what would you be doing?
I think I would be an architect. So before I started PDF Butler, I was looking into the journey of being a certified technical architect, a CTA. So I think that would be my next steps. And I love everything that has to do with technology. I love to really listen to customers, talk about integrations, see how Salesforce can really support customers in their journey and bring that added value. So I think that would definitely be my journey there, being a technical architect.
You might need you to be an actual architect. It sounds like the building's falling down, but hopefully we should be okay. So there's a song I like as well as a country song that if a singer was asked, like, if you weren't doing this, what would you be doing? And basically still doing this, maybe not paid as much, but still be doing this. So it sounds like you'd still be here in the Salesforce ecosystem, working away in it in the background. So can you share a moment with us, maybe, that within the last 6 years that made you step back and think, wow, this is why I do this? Through the blood, the sweat, the tears, the long hours, there's a moment when you go, this is why I do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well...
Apart from hiring me at that time, obviously, but you know.
No, well, we are here now in Sevilla, in Spain, and I see the team, and I see everybody interacting, and I see how people that meet each other only through calls they come here and they actually connect immediately. It doesn't take them hours or days to say, okay, I don't know this person really well. That really excites me still, and that is we did it already a couple of times, but every time I see it and every time I'm surprised. The group gets bigger every year, obviously, and then the new people, they just immediately fit in. It's not like there is already established group. New people are immediately come together. So yeah, that's what I love. We all are remote. It's all digital. It's all calls. But then when people come together, still something special happens. And that for me is a great moment. And that for me tells that this is people still just want to interact with people.
Oh, I got goosebumps then. That was good. You're breaking bread and eating, something that AI can never replace. So that's good.
Exactly.
That human interaction is something that we cannot replace. What's a feature or product enhancement that you've been most excited to see when PDF Butler delivers it to customers? So what one thing do you think, or product, that could be the whole product, or it could be a feature that's been delivered that you felt, wow, that customer's really happy with that new feature?
You are talking about an exact feature, or just
an exact feature, or even a whole product. If you suddenly go, so we take our example of Contract Butler, a brand new product we did that we actually released that into someone, and they're like, wow, they really loved it. Or it could just be a super small piece that just sort of ticked the box and made the customer really happy.
Well, then I would rather go back to the early days.
Yes.
We were just released on the App Exchange with PDF Butler, and we got actually a pretty big project going on for a customer in Belgium, and we thought that we had everything matched, that we could do everything, and all of a sudden they came and they said, yeah, but we cannot continue the project because we need to do batch processing of invoices every day, hundreds and thousands of invoices every day. And I was like, what the hell? Fake it until you make it. I was like, no, we got that. So I went home. It was Thursday, and Monday morning I was in their office, and I was demoing them batch Bullock Butler.
Did you sleep that weekend?
I don't think I slept. I was not the only one, obviously. No. So we were a couple of people in the development team, and just saying, okay, let's get this out. And it was architectured, built in just a few hours, a few days. And if I see now, we almost did not make any mistake in the architecture. It still stands today, 5-6 years later. And yeah, that for me was a great moment. It's like, okay, this customer was like 95% saying, let's do it. And then all of a sudden they found a gap in their requirements. And just like any good startup, we just drop everything and let's do this. And yeah.
And do you think that would have been possible, obviously, with PDF Butler being sort of built natively onto the Salesforce platform? Do you think that would have been as easy to accomplish outside of Salesforce on another platform? Or do you think the Salesforce architecture and the platform Salesforce got really helped with that process as well?
Yeah. And yeah, my background being a technical architect, really being obsessed by the Salesforce platform and all of the technical bits and pieces in there. I think that really helped, because then you really know how to build it out for somebody in their use case, in their flow. And obviously developers, admins can immediately understand it. They don't have to say, okay, I call something and then something else is gonna happen on a different platform. But no, they can just say, okay, it's for the Bullock Butler, it's a batch in Salesforce that runs, and that batch selects my documents. So when we show the architecture there, everybody immediately understands, because it's core to Salesforce. It's not something that we invented and then interacts with Salesforce. No.
So the Salesforce ecosystem is all about community, and in almost every episode I've done to date, the community has played an important factor. Maybe that and AI are the two common themes between all of the episodes we've recorded to date. How do you feel that the community has shaped your journey as a founder of PDF Butler?
I think we got great feedback from the community from day one. I know a lot of the community leaders in Europe and in US. We sponsor a lot of the community events across the globe almost. Community is important, and I think that's really makes the Salesforce ecosystem unique. The community is obviously about Salesforce, people interested in Salesforce, but it's also a great place for people to come together. I remember I was, even before I started PDF Butler, I was in Amsterdam at a user event, and the number of people that came from all over Europe and were based in Amsterdam, listening to their stories about, hey, I came to Amsterdam because I got a job here, I didn't know anybody, and then they ended up in the community and they made actually just a group of friends over there. I think that's what really sets the Salesforce ecosystem apart. That they are able to build those communities, and that people really like to come together to meet each other, and they become real friends there.
Yeah, absolutely. I've seen it ourselves. Like you said, we've gone a lot of events, and we see some similar people, and it's like you've seen them all week long, and you only see them once a year, but yet you seem to be able to connect and have that common theme of Salesforce that sort of holds everybody together. Now, sort of final-ish question before we go into the rapid fire. So maybe penultimate question. Looking ahead, and it's sometimes difficult to look ahead, what are your hopes for PDF Butler over the next 5 to 10 years?
Yeah. So, well, I'm 47 today, so I told my family that my 7-day working weeks. Well, I want to continue doing that until I'm 50. So I'm not bored of it yet. But we know that we have a target on the ARR that we want to reach, and so that's definitely the goal that we want to do. And I just love building stuff and building a company of people, and constantly thinking about where is an imbalance there here, how can we improve it, what kind of profiles do we need. Building a company of people with great technology that really believe in that technology. All our sales reps, they honestly believe what they are selling. Many of them, they saw the other products, they know the other products, and they see the difference. They also see the difference in the type of company that we are. So that's my goal for the coming 5 years. And then, like I said, we are in the short list. I obviously have an ambition. I cannot, otherwise we wouldn't sit here. Yep. We would still just be a 2-man or a 3-man company. So I obviously have an ambition, and I want to be number one. Yes. Yeah. I mean, it's not always nice to say that, and definitely not for somebody from Belgium. But that is my ambition. I want everybody to say, okay, we need DocGen, we need digital sign, we need integration with storage platforms. We need contracts. Think about PDF Butler first. That's that we are top of mind in any of those questions.
So what I take from that a little bit is that if we were to fast forward 5 years from today, that PDF Butler, and I'll say we haven't stood still in that time. We've constantly evolving. That's not just the product, but the team, the industries we work in, etc. So it's that constant innovation, which I think is a pillar of what you've built and what we've built as a company as well.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think we do that on every aspect of the of PDF Butler. It's not only on the product. I think we constantly together with people from the sales team, you constantly try to do innovations in sales on how we do sales. The marketing team, they constantly come up with new ideas on how to do marketing, not just take.
We're here right now. This is one of them.
Exactly, and not just take what everybody is doing. And I think that's lovely to see. That's great to see. So it's not only about innovations on the product. It's really innovations in every team, and how every team can be different and he can just always move forward or look forward and not just do what everybody's doing.
Right, so final question before we jump into the rapid fire. What does Igor do when there's those small moments when he's not thinking about PDF Butler or behind the laptop? What do you do to relax, take a break from it, get away from the screen? What do you do to take that break?
Mm-hmm. Obviously, my family is important. So I have 3 kids.
You have to say that, otherwise you'll be in trouble.
Yeah. No, I have my family is very important. So we like to go on holidays. My kids are definitely not super young anymore. So I have a son of 18 already, and yeah, we just want to take them on as many trips, as many see as much of the globe together as we can. So that's what we do. I love to watch movies with my family. So those just very late movie nights with my son.
Watching some of the classics.
Watching the classics, exactly. That's mostly the classics. With my youngest daughter, we love to see science fiction and those kind of movies, and then we see all of those things, and that's just great. Personally, I love playing badminton. It's a passion. I mean, that I started when I was in my early 20s, and yeah, I still love doing, and maybe not as fast anymore as I used to be, but
more experienced now, more wise.
Yep. That's hopefully I am, but no, I still love doing that, and I still look for I think I do the same thing there with than with PDF Butler or with the company. Just finding ways in badminton how I can improve my game, how I can outsmart my competitor there, and So
there's some big parallels between sport and business for sure.
Mm-hmm, for sure, yeah.
And also, people who know you or will know that you last year walked up Kilimanjaro. So congratulations on getting there to start with.
Yeah.
But any other big hikes planned or ambitions, maybe goals in terms of the hikes? Any other mountains you want to try to get to the top of?
Yeah. So we have of course the Mont Blanc that we want to do.
Talked about it.
We talked about it.
We threatened it.
Yep, yeah. I didn't talk about it yet, but it will not be possible for this year because of certain conditions. For the climb, it seems the best period is June, July, and as I want to bring my son along, then he has exams, of course, so that might be difficult. But okay, that is definitely on the schedule.
On the list.
Yeah, it's definitely on the list. So, and I just love hiking. I think during long hikes, it's the only way to really clear my head and say, okay, just feel a little bit of pain in the in the legs and
to know you're alive.
To know you're alive, indeed,
yeah. Okay, thank you. So, rapid fire questions. So I'm going to say 2 things, and you need to pick the one that you would choose. So Don't think about it. Clear your mind. Don't think in here. So, Salesforce World Tours or Salesforce Community Events?
World Tours.
World Tours, okay. App Exchange or Custom Build?
App Exchange.
App Exchange. Well, this one we may all know the answer to, but hiking in the mountains or relaxing at the beach?
Hiking in the mountains, for sure.
I can't imagine you relaxing at a beach, to be honest. Maybe a day.
Not even 10 minutes.
Not even 10 minutes. Chocolate or waffles?
Waffles.
See, we see they're trying to trick the Belgian person out. Books or podcasts?
Podcasts, but I know I should say books. But
I'm the same. I'm the same. I feel like I should read more, but we don't. Anyone who's seen any of my LinkedIn posts or Igor's LinkedIn posts post-event will know the answer to this question. But beer or wine?
Beer.
Yeah. Be in Belgium as well. You'd be excommunicated if you said wine.
Exactly.
In Belgium.
Indeed,
Salesforce admin or Salesforce architect?
Yeah. I would always go for the highest possible, so I would go for the architect.
Okay. Okay. Sales Cloud or Service Cloud?
Sales Cloud.
Sales Cloud,
Yeah.
the default, the OG of the Salesforce platform.
Yep.
Excellent. Igor, thank you very much for joining us in this very special in-person episode of the podcast. And we'll now go off into Seville with the rest of the European team and enjoy our offsite.
Okay,
Thank
cool.
you very much.
Yeah, it was
Pleasure.
great to do. Thanks.